Hello, what's going on? Good morning. We're live and we're trading. So let's see. I want to clean up the chart so that we're not affected by anything. Give you guys a quick overview of what I'm seeing in the charts, just a naked analysis, and then we'll get into the indicators. Okay, so what I'm seeing in the price is the following, right? And I don't want to convolute this too much, but this here is a clear break of structure, right? We have it over here, right? Higher highs, higher lows, and then boom, we've broken structure here. But we are trying to reclaim it. Now, you could argue that the market structure was broken here, even by a tiny bit. So this is another point of control that I would like to get over, and I think we're running into it right now, right? So I was mentioning this on the last stream that we might see an attempt to reclaim this level, but as long as we're not bouncing, I'm still going to treat this as a lower high. So I'm going to delete this. And instead of saying, okay, we're going to break out and this is it, now arguably this was an SFP, swing failure pattern. So we could attempt here to go higher, but it hasn't reclaimed it yet. And I'm looking at these two liquidity zones, very, very, very key liquidity zones, which are the order blocks over here and here. These are daily order blocks. You can see them here, right? And here, that's why I marked them. These are two demand zones that we haven't tapped yet on this correction. And this is a correction since we've broken this market structure. So I do think I would expect a bit more capitulation on the panic fear during September. So during this month, I would expect a drop to here. Is it going to be today? I don't know. But this is what I'm looking at in the markets, and I'm going to let price action dictate what I'm doing. Now, we know these liquidity levels. Now, what I want to do is before I turn on the 4-hour, I want to take a look at liquidations. So I'm going to just hide my drawings now, and I'm going to turn on here the NDX liquidations. NDX, great indicator, guys. You should take a look at it. I reduced the sensibility so that I only see key areas. Now, what I do see is that I do see this, even if we are going to bounce and we are going to claim, this, if I was a market maker, looks a bit much more juicier than going for this ones right away. So remember, the market is always chasing that liquidity, right? So we do have a lot of liquidations lining up to the downside, which means that most people that are saying, okay, this is it, we're bouncing from here, I think what they're missing to see is that look at most corrections, right? Most corrections end like this one over here. So they have a big capitulation downward and then we bounce. Big capitulation downward and then we bounce. So it's a big fake out to the downside. And you can say that most, like this one. This was not like smooth curving up and then we're done. This is like weak to the downside, heavy manipulation, and then we bounce. What I'm not seeing here is that movement, right? What we're seeing here is a nice rounded bottom that is kind of luring everyone in, saying, okay, we're going up from here. And we're missing this kind of capitulation. So I'm still thinking that even though we are attempting to break this, I'm leaning more towards this being still a fake breakout rather than a legit one. Unless, of course, we start breaking above 112. If we start breaking and remaining here, then I'll change my bias. But until then, I'm going to consider this a lower high. So having said that, we're now going to go down to the lower time frames and we are going to start using our indicators, right? And this is on Bitcoin, and then we're going to see what's looking the worst or the best. So even though this is like trending upwards on the short term, we want to see if we do have things that are topping out or faking out, or if this is going to break out from here, then we are going to attempt catching it. But we want to know where the next movement is. All right. What we might do is we might go up to chase these liquidations and then drop, which would be a fake out of this level right here. This can happen. But if we see one of these from this point, then I guess obviously you would like to be on it, right? So let's see. The scalper says we should go long here on the 15 minutes, and the AI trading tool allows us to know that we're in the London session. I'm going to clear a bit of the liquidations here so that we're clear here. Mhm. What does the orb say for the London session? Orb says that if we are going to close here above, we should be targeting the upside. We haven't closed yet. And so what we can see here is that Asia did its kind of accumulation. What I think is that London may do a manipulation higher, and then we'll see a big drop from New York when New York opens. So what we might see, right, is we consolidated in Asia right here. Now London session could be on the long side. Let's do the SMA. Yeah, we're just above the SMA right now on the 15 minutes. Let's see if we haven't yet gone over the 30 minutes. So what we could see here is, let me draw it out for you. I think what you could see here is some kind of this type of move, right? During the London session, we could see something like this. Let me put on the liquidations. Liquidate some of these longs, some of the shorts, sorry, and then do like the big drop and on the New York session and tap this liquidity over here and liquidate this longs and then do the thing. And that would also coincide with this kind of crazy pattern, right? Let us now turn away the liquidations and the AI tools. I'm going to simplify them, guys, but this is more or less what I think will most likely play out. But for the time being, if we're looking at the shorter time frames, this is looking more to the long side. So what we're going to probably do is we're going to treat this as a long for the scalp, but we are going to take profits very soon, like not going like all berserk here. Let's see now which tokens are looking the best here on Hyperliquid. Okay, so AVAX is up. Yeah, AVAX is looking really good to break out. See the hourly. Yeah, see, it broke above this and it's holding above this one. So this was a key level that it's just now breaking. And if my thesis plays out, maybe a trade from here to here makes sense to liquidate some shorts over here. So that's gonna be probably my position right now. What else is looking good? Farcoin's up. How much up? More or less. Hmm. What's going on with Pengu? Let's see. Yeah, Pengu looks even better, right? Because it broke this and it's attempting to break this highs. And if it does, the move over here is much more powerful. So this is what we'll do, guys. I think we're gonna attempt a long in Pengu and Pengu here, and see if we can get to 30. Yeah, 30,000 Pengu coins, and then we'll take it one stop at a time, right? We'll see if we can get over this hump, and if we can get a nice bounce over here. Just gonna move them dynamically. We're gonna see if this sustains, right? Now on the breakout prop, yeah, this I was up in this account, guys, and I ended up blowing up because I didn't follow my instructions. My rules were, no weekends, no low liquidity stuff, and that's what you get, guys. You have to develop a system, and then more than developing the system is following your system. That's the key. So Farcoin's looking good. Let me delete here the levels. I think Farcoin's looking good for a potential bounce here. It's a very tight area here. So we don't need to give it too much room, right? We just need to give it this low. And then we'll know. Even this low. This low will be best. Not to get liquidated. So 7,750. What could be our position? 749. Okay, we can go a bit bigger than this. 10,000. Yeah. Okay, so we're doing our first long here on Fartcoin, risking a 1% all over this. We're hoping that even if it comes against us, this thing over here will serve as a backstop of demand. The other one that we liked was Pengu, right? And AVAX, of course. AVAX does look really good. And the protection is 124, 173. Let's attempt that one as well. 24, 165. Let's give it a bit of more room. 24, 165. Then we can go, we need to go a bit further. Yeah, one. So this one we need to go a bit lighter on the charge. So we'll do 400 units. So that's another 1%. And what we're betting on here is that it might break out. I'm not saying it will, but it looks like, and it might be a fake out. And if I will, I'll be cutting that stop short. Last long we're taking here is going to be on Pengu. That's going to be our last long, and we're going to put a stop below that 3,000 line. Now we're still bearish for the midterm, guys. So I'll be taking these positions for exactly like London session, meaning I'll be trying to be out of the market, or at least mostly out of the market by by New York session, which is in like 4 or 5 hours. All right, so just take that into account. All right, we're gonna give it a bit more room, and yeah, enter here, tempting a breakout. Okay, so those are the trade guys. AVAX hasn't filled me in yet. I'm long here on Hyperliquid on Pengu, a 5x. I'm long here on Breakout, Farcoin, Pengu, risking 1% each position. And betting on another position in AVAX, trying to get filled here. Not sure we'll get it because it's kind of already breaking out. But I also expect to start already landing profits in 1 or 2 hours. That's the trade. It's a very short term because I'm not trusting this breakout until we this is going to coincide with like 5-6 hours from now. So we'll see what it does here. If it starts rejecting, I'm going to take profit if we do break out. But if we do start rejecting here, I'll just roll out the trades, guys. So hope you like this. This has to be short, guys, because I'm running onto a meeting. This is what I'm expecting. Follow me on the socials. Get the MDX algo because it's just great. It really works. We see that these trades are already in profit, but we're not banking them yet. So we'll follow. I'll give you a follow up, guys. So have a great day and have a great, lovely uh, continuing of the day. Bye.